evening. It's 6 o'clock on Thursday, June 2nd, 2017. Welcome, and thank you for joining us tonight for the English edition of Aura News, where we bring you today's top stories, translated into English every weeknight. Today, the Council of Ministers approved the establishment of a task force that will monitor the activity and behavior of the public administration employees during the electoral campaign for the June 25th elections. The task force will be headed by the Vice Prime Minister. According to the government's decision, the public administration employees have the right to participate in political activities after working hours and outside the state institutions. The public administration employees also have the right to engage as electoral commissioners, but their engagement as commissioner should not affect in the fulfillment of their duties and obligations as part of the civil service. According to the government's decision, a public administration employee is not allowed to participate in political activities or electoral campaigns during the official working hour. Meanwhile, during their participation in an electoral campaign, the public administration employees are not allowed to hold placards, are not allowed to be exposed in public, or to be a protagonist in political activities. State police employees are not allowed to be part of any political organization, are not allowed to support the electoral campaign of any party or to support any political candidate by giving their physical or financial contribution. The employees of the Guard of the Republic, of the Armed Forces, and of the State Informative Service are also prohibited in participating in political activities and are also prohibited to hold stances that violate the depoliticizing policy of these institutions. According to the decision of the Council of Ministers, the Director of Institutions should take measures to guarantee the implementation of the legal obligations to periodically check the activity of their employees. Prime Minister Edi Rama continues with his electoral campaign. Today, he was in Gjirokastër, where he promised that the economic growth will reach 5% and that the citizens will feel the increase. The Prime Minister pledged to fight hard to increase the economy level just as he fought the judicial reform, saying, "Just as we fought for the judicial reform, for which everyone was saying it will not be done, we will also fight to grow the economy up to 5%. The Prime Minister continued asking for Gjirokastër citizens to vote in order to govern the country alone, stating, "When you are driving alone, you have all the responsibility. If you are keeping other people in your lap, there is also a great responsibility. There is also the difficulty to drive faster, without stopping, without obstacles. Our administration is divided, just like there are some republics within a state, and the party's flags are at the roof of these republics." Mr. Rama told Gjirokastër citizens that a vote given for the Democratic Party is not a vote for the work, but a wasted vote, declaring, "The Democratic Party will pay a fine for not including women in its candidates' lists. And it keeps saying the new republic, the republic of men without women. Is this the new republic?" The Democratic Party Chairman Lulzim Basha opened the electoral campaign in Pogradec, where he made promises for constitutional changes. During the electoral meeting, the DP chairman said that the Prime Minister refuses the public debate, as according to him, the Prime Minister does not have a program and that he's abandoned the promises made to the citizens. According to the DP chairman, economy and unemployment and healthcare are not part of Edi Rama's campaign, declaring, "Last night, Edi Rama refused the debate with me. He does not have a program. This is Edi Rama's fear. 300,000 Albanian people have asked for asylum. Salaries have decreased for the first time in 27 years. This is the reason Edi Rama does not accept to hold a public debate with me. He wants to turn the campaign into a show where he wants to speak about everything except the issues that are in your interest. This is his campaign. Democracy deserves the debate." The DP chairman also added that he will be the Prime Minister of the citizens and of the economic development, stating, "The economy is a catastrophe. Taxes and prices have increased. The 300,000 promised jobs never opened. I will be the Prime Minister of the common citizens and the Prime Minister of the real economy. I will be your Prime Minister, not the Prime Minister of facades and palm trees. I will be the Prime Minister who will solve your problems." The DP chairman ended promising the citizens that he will not make bargains with their trust. Mr. Basha declared that the opposition's economic program has been approved by the best European experts, who have considered it to be a realistic and applicable program. The chairman of the Socialist Movement for Integration, Edi Abbasi Lee, held a meeting today with some of the artists in Saran. Mr. Abbasi Lee declared that art in Albania has been spontaneously developed in the recent 25 years, and that the Socialist Movement for Integration has prepared a plan to better orient the development of the arts. The SMI chairman said that art in Albania has been developed according to the politicians' taste for art, but the Socialist Movement for Integration will turn its attention to art by making investments, declaring, "We inherited a reduced artistic universe because we have faced with spontaneity, occasional solutions, or solutions according to the politicians' taste for art. Our plan includes a completely new approach to art, to clearly orient the path that the arts will follow, the path the cultural heritage will follow." Present at the meeting, the former chairman of the Socialist Movement for Integration, Ilir Meta, pledged to support the artists as well, even when he takes on the president's duty, stating, "The president does not have much executive competences, but I think that it is the president's duty to pay special attention to culture and sports, because this is related to the image and credibility of the country. In this regard, I can say that I will be close to this community in the coming 5 years." Meanwhile, the vice chairman of the Socialist Movement for Integration put emphasis on the destruction of the national heritage because of the bad administration. The Party for Justice, Integration and Unity held an electoral meeting today in Administrative Unit Number 4 with the PJIU MP Mesilia Doda and the PJIU candidates for Tirana. The PJIU MP Doda declared that the program of the Party for Justice, Integration and Unity has in its program the return of the economic aid to those people whom aid was unfairly removed, saying, "All those who have been unfairly removed from the social plan will be supported. They should have the support they deserve. I do not know why the reforms are made to remove the economic aid from the people who deserve it." MP Doda added that according to the predictions, the Party for Justice, Integration and Unity will have its parliamentary group. The Challenge for Albania candidate in Tehran, Gjergj Bojaxhi, accused the government and the Prime Minister of being the cause of Albanian people leaving the country. According to him, the program of the government, the Renaissance, and lied to the Albanian people, and this is the reason why 200,000 Albanian people left the country, stating, "The country has been so good during the Renaissance, those 200,000 Albanians left the country in 4 years. They left the country where they were raised, abandoned their family, their friends, and their houses they barely constructed. They left because the Renaissance took their last hopes." Mr. Bojaxhi continued, saying that this is the time to remove the Socialist Party, the Democratic Party, and the Socialist Movement for Integration, declaring, "We do not have to leave the country. Let them leave politics. We will raise our children here." Mr. Bojaxhi, who stated that the vote for the Challenge of Albania means the recovery of the economy and the fight against corruption. Today, Denar Biba was elected the vice chairman of the Central Election Commission after the resignation of Hüseyin Osmanay, following the political agreement reached between the Prime Minister and the Democratic Party chairman. The decision was unanimously approved by all the members of the Commission, receiving 7 votes. It seems like the political agreement between the Socialist Party and the Democratic Party has put the Central Election Commission in front of making extra-legal decisions. Such a thing was confirmed by the chairman of the Commission, who had this to say before the members voted for the election of the vice chairman. "We are locked in an extra-legal situation which derives from the political agreement and, in consequence, we have to deal with it." In pursuit of the political agreement, Denar Biba resigned as chairman of the Central Election Commission, and Clemens Guri was approved in Parliament as the new chairman. In today's meeting, the Central Election Commission also discussed and approved the way the financial cost for political activities during the electoral campaign will be calculated. The CEC unanimously approved some changes for the members of commissions for the administration of elections in the country and changes for the members of the OSCE long-term observations. That's all for our English edition this evening. Please join us again Monday through Saturday at 6 p.m. for your local news in English. My name is Cosmo K, and on behalf of Our News, thank you and good night.